eating a lot of facts. No, you're not doing like that. Why? Wala ka nakita, Gil. Sayaw, ah. Sayaw daw dyan, sayaw daw. Sayaw. 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 Ay, sayaw pa yan ako. Ito, oh, tutulog ko. Yan ang bisa, tulong ko. Tungko. Wala lang ako. Sayaw daw, doon ni mama. Yes, sayaw daw, doon ni mama. Sayaw daw. Doon na ako. Ipad-ipad. Thank you. Ako na, sige na, mag-start na ko. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Anna Flor's Home University. This is for my performance management student. And for this lecture, I will talk about the strategic decisions that an organization has to make when they start to design their own performance management system. Okay? So, the first thing, if an organization will decide on crafting its own performance management system, the first thing nga pinaka-importante nilang i-consider is the purpose of their performance management system. Okay, there can be a lot of purposes, but however, there are kanang mga primary gyud nga purpose nga usually dapat naagid siya sa usa ka performance management system. So the first purpose is to provide employee development. So as I have mentioned in the introduction sa performance management system nato nga vlecture, I think the second lecture that I uploaded, ang pinaka-purpose gyud sa usa ka performance management system is actually to develop employees para ma-improve ang ilaang mga performances. And why is it an organization would want to improve their performances? Simple, because so that ang usapod ka organization maka-achieve pud sa ilaang mga targets, sa ilaang mga quota bakaha. Because ma-achieve raman na nila ilaang mga targets and quota through their people. So the only way for them to reach their goals or even exceed what they want to achieve is to develop or enhance their people, their employees. Next to that is, again, ako yung notes. Muna akong hiwagang notes by the way. Okay, so the second purpose is the rewards and compensation. No? You might wonder, tay sa daghan kay kung mga guest diri sa ako ang show. Okay ra ako ang cameraman? Klaro ra ko, be? Sige, sige, nakita po. Unsa man ako scriptwriter na sa akong atubangan. Ah! Okay. Okay, you're the student, I'm the teacher. Okay, I'll wear my eyeglasses. Okay, so so anyway, commercial. Okay, so the second purpose for a performance management system is or link it to their rewards and compensation programs. The next purpose, ideally, of a performance management system is to enhance employee motivation. Okay, gets ninyo? Do you understand what's motivation? Yeah. You understand? What's motivation, be? Komunidad. Sa module na nila. But anyway, the third purpose is to enhance employee motivation. So, of course, one way to improve performance is to improve motivation or moral sa usa ka employee. Para ganahan kay sila mo work, dapat motivated sila on going to the organization and in doing their job. Next, to facilitate legal compliance. So, in my previous work, part of the rules and regulations of the organization is that poor work performance the ground for termination sa usa ka employee. Now, an organization cannot just terminate an employee that easy. So, kinahanglan na pa na siya yung mga due process and proper documentation. Now, asa man nato ma-connect diri ang performance management system? Well, if an organization has a very, very clear performance management system, it should have performance management tools or it should have performance appraisal tools. Yes, Gail? What can I do for you? Sige, babe. Okay, so again, if an organization has a good performance management system, it should have a performance management tool. Unsa man ang performance management tool? These are forms or documents. These are forms or documents that will serve as an evidence of whatever it is mura bag performance trail sa usa ka employee. Because if maabot sa point nga ang employee is poor jud ang iyang work performance and then murag liability na siya sa usa ka organization, he is not delivering already or she is not performing well, and the company would really want to kanang let him go. So of course, because naa siya sa rules and regulations, pwede siya i-terminate. However, we have due process. So what will prove nga ang usa ka employee poor ang iyang work performance? Now, that is the function or purpose of the performance management tools or the performance appraisal tools. Okay, so to facilitate legal compliance. Babe, check daw ko, naliho ka ba na ni Gail? Okay pa? Okay pa? Okay. So, next purpose of a performance management system is to facilitate human resource planning. Okay. So, you might wonder, asa naman po ninaabot ang performance management system nganong maka-facilitate man siya of human resource planning? Can you think of any connections to this? Okay, definitely it can facilitate PMS or performance management system can facilitate human resource planning through Saman Gail. You know what's the answer? Okay, maka-facilitate ang performance management system sa human resource planning in such a way nga makita man good ang mga performances sa mga employees. And if ever na ay mga changes sa business operations, of course, ma-change gyud ng mga processes nga gipang perform sa mga employees, right? And when the processes are changed, no, when the processes that the employees have been doing are changed, so dapat ma-change po the way their performances are being measured. So it will facilitate human resource planning because if the changes in the business operations would necessitate more people in the organization, then, diba? Human resource planning. How is this possible? Well, because if an organization has information whether this particular group of people or where this particular employee is doing his job effectively or not, no? If na usa ka employee nga dili kaayo siya maayo sa iyang work or he is not delivering well, the supervisor or the management should look into it, should look into the reasons why that particular employee is not doing well. And if upon observation or analysis, or upon studying the reason why that certain employee is not performing well, and if the reason is that possibly ay overwork jud siya, so that would link to human resource planning. So with that, performance management is really important in determining whether the organization needs more people or should it need to trim down the number of its employees. Emphasize is another strategic decision that that human resource managers should also consider in designing or in planning for their PMS is who evaluates employees. So, the traditional performance appraisal process is that the supervisors usually facilitates for the performance appraisal. Kanang naay mga once a year performance nga mga feedbacking. However, and gone also are the days nga one-way feedbacking lang siya, meaning ang immediate head lang or ang supervisor lang ang mag-provide of feedback sa employee. But nowadays, it's more effective if the feedback has not to just come from one source, the supervisor, but because ang usa ka performance sa usa ka employee can also be observed from other stakeholders within the organization. Let's say, for example, his colleagues, no? Basin everyday, masigi pag makakita ang iyang mga colleagues kaysa sa iyang supervisor, how he or she does her work. And the customers also, diba? The customers or the clients can provide also feedback on how a particular employee delivers his or her job. And what else? Apart from the colleagues, clients, pwede po ang other departments, diba? Or anyone nga naka-interact or maka-interact usually sa employee nga giri. So, and that's what we call multi-source feedbacking, or others would also call it 360 degrees feedbacking. Okay? So, 360 degrees kay tuyok man siya. So, the feedback is not just coming from one, but daghan siya. Daghan siya gigikanan sa feedback. But then again, ang 360 degrees feedbacking is easier said than done. It needs a lot of data gathering, no? Dapat medyo advanced ang mga data gathering tools as well as ang mga storages on how to keep this information, no? So that's where technology comes in naman po dahil, but we will talk about it in some other. The next thing that should be considered is what to evaluate, no? What to evaluate. So it could be his traits, it could be his behavior, or more effectively, it could be his output or results. Yun, actual results or output nga iya ang na-deliver for the organization. Okay? So, especially now nga COVID, no? And usually, gina-advocate yun ang work from home. So, work from home. Now, the real question is, how do you evaluate performances of an employee nga nag-work from home, nga wala may nakakita niyang colleague, wala may nakakita niyang immediate head, whether nagtrabaho ba siya or wala. Diba? That's where the output, no? Output focused or result focused nga orientation sa performance management system dapat output based na gid ka, because if it's impossible to see whether the employee is working or not at home, ang imo lang yung ma-measurean niya is if naka-deliver ba siya sa iya ang mga required na i-deliver for the organization. Okay? Next, after identifying what to evaluate, Hoy, quiet sa mo! After identity, here comes the question, how should these results be evaluated? We are talking about the measures of evaluation. So, if you will just research, there are a lot of ways, there are a lot of formats, there are a lot of tools on how to measure the performances of the employee. Ang mga usual kaayong ginagamit sa mga performance appraisal tools are the following. So, some are using graphic rating scales, the weighted checklist, and the critical incident measures. So, those are just examples of how to evaluate the performances of the employees. Okay. After discussing all those important strategic choices that human resource managers should make in designing performance management, let me also elaborate how performance management systems are linked to training, to compensation and benefits, and to the business operations. First, sa training, how is it being linked? Well, of course, if you want to improve the performances of the employees, and if through performance management system, you have identified that these sets of employees are not performing well because of these factors that can be addressed through trainings, that's where trainings come in. Usahay manggod, mag-provide og training ang usa ka organization without really clear intention of what is it really addressing. Basta lang kay naa may training invitation, naa man po'y kwarta, hala sige go. Or sige mag-training mo because it's required for whatever purposes. So, di ba? A good human resource manager should have linked training to performance management system so that all the trainings conducted sa usa ka employees would really impact the performances of the employees. Next is compensation and benefits. How is performance management system important vis-a-vis the compensation and benefits? Well, diba, one of the purpose of performance management is actually to motivate employees to improve their performances. And unsa man ang pinaka-best way, not really best way, but pinaka-practical way on how to motivate these employees? Diba? Through paying them, rewarding them, compensating them, providing them benefits that will really address their needs. Diba? So, compensation and benefits of an organization should also be designed in such a way that it could also achieve the goals and objectives of the performance management system. Okay? And what else? Sa business operations, again, as I have mentioned, if there are any changes in business operations, posible po na siya nga maka-impact sa performance management system. Diba? Like, karon in the academe, our work before is kanang mag-interact sa mga students through face-to-face interaction. Pero karon wala na. Walay face-to-face interaction. So, meaning to say, how we are being measured in terms of how we deliver instructions, dapat nag-change po na siya because na-change man ang operations. I think na-mention na ako a while ago. So, I think that's it. Those are the strategic choices that a human resource manager has to really think hard in designing the performance management system in an organization. But take note ha nga, if an organization has already its existing performance management system, it doesn't mean nga dili na siya pwede ma-change. Everything can be changed because, again, all the things that is implemented in an organization should also be in tune or aligned with what is happening outside the organization. Wala na siya nakataga sa bato. So, constant ra gyud ang pagpaminaw sa gawas while nag-implement ka sa sulod so that you will still become relevant or you would still be relevant, DI. Okay, so with that being said, I think I have discussed what I need to discuss with you, my dear students. So again, this has been Ana Flor Adrias, a lecturer in Ana Flor's Home University.